I am Jennifer Gadzala, and I am the Ms4 Coordinator for the town of Chesterton. I received the Bachelor of Arts degree in Geology from IUN. After my degree, I was immediately hired by a consulting firm out of Chicago, and I worked at a major oil refinery for a number of years. After that, I went and worked for a grassroots not-for-profit organization. From there, I went and worked for a regional planning commission, also known as a metropolitan planning organization. I worked there for a number of years, and then I went back to a not-for-profit and worked under a grant. And from there, I was hired by the town of Chesterton to do the Ms4 Coordinator position. I've been there for 15 years. The main responsibilities of an Ms4 Coordinator are to meet the requirements that the state mandates under what's called the National Pollutant Discharge Elimination System. Under the Ms4 program, there are 6 minimum control measures that each community must meet, and they address public education and participation, construction, oversight, and enforcement, post-construction, meaning that we are responsible for making sure that what's installed during construction is maintained properly and achieves the water quality goals that it was designed for. There's also illicit discharge detection, where we are responsible for determining if somebody's illegally dumping or has an illicit discharge of some sort. And then the last component is our own good housekeeping and pollution prevention, where the municipality or the Ms4 is responsible for making sure that they are in compliance with stormwater quality requirements. Ms4 coordinators are not responsible to oversee sanitary sewers and the function of a wastewater treatment plant, so we do nothing with wastewater. Everything is focused on stormwater and stormwater quality. Some of the Ms4s are responsible for quantity, flooding issues, drainage complications, and some are not. Some focus strictly on stormwater quality. And the other thing that we are not responsible for is the monitoring of personal water wells for consumable water, and we do not oversee septic systems either. There are many ways in which humans can negatively impact a watershed. Anything that they do on the land that adds pollution to the ground and sometimes to the air can impact water quality. From not picking up your dog poop to using too much fertilizer and landscape chemicals on your lawns, to not fixing your leaks in your vehicles or your lawnmower for that matter, can all have a negative impact on a watershed. When people do anything on the land, they should think about what the consequences of what they do on the land will have on water quality. One of the key tenets of Ms4 coordinators' education is to say that only stormwater should go down a drain. So anything that stormwater touches, from the dog poop to the fertilizer to the chemicals to the oils and greases on the ground, that adds pollution to the stormwater. So people can fix leaks in their vehicles. They can not over-fertilize. They can pick up their dog poop. But they also need to think about holistically the entire system of the watershed and think about the way that they change the land as well. Whenever you take a natural area and modify it to install buildings and roads, you're creating a hard surface which doesn't allow for as much infiltration of stormwater to go into the ground, and it causes greater runoff volumes and more probability that the stormwater will get polluted from everything that is on the ground. When I was in high school and learning how to drive, I cannot recall coming across roads that were closed due to flooding. Fast forward to today, we're seeing that more and more. In fact, in 2008, Chesterton received 8 inches of rain in a 48-hour time period, and we had over 13 roads in town that were closed for a day or more because of flooding. In Europe this year, over 200 people died because of the massive amount of rain that fell in a very brief period of time and the incredible flooding that occurred there. There are things that communities do following major rain events, including looking at their infrastructure and determining where there is changes that need to be done to increase capacity within the infrastructure. However, there are just some rain events that you could have great pre-planning and alerts going out to your community, but if the rain falls fast and it falls hard, there are just some storms and floods that you can't outrun. The most important aspect of this job is providing people with the knowledge to understand that what they do on the land impacts water quality.